mountaintops are closer to the sun, why is it always colder up there than it is down here in the city? Well, please consider the following. Our atmosphere is thin, but it's thick enough to keep us warm. Now, when you're wearing a coat like this one, it keeps you warm because it holds air next to your body. The same thing with the atmosphere. There's more air above us when we're down here in the city than when we're way up here in the mountains. So it's like the world's low places are wearing more coats. They're wearing more air than these places up high in the mountains. Now, as you travel up through the atmosphere, it gets colder and colder because the air gets thinner and thinner until you're up around 10 kilometers. That's when you leave the troposphere and enter the stratosphere. Anyway, the rate at which it gets colder is called the lapse rate, and it's about 5.5 degrees Celsius per kilometer. So a mountain, say 3,000 meters high, let's see, that's about 10,000 feet, would be about 17 degrees Celsius colder than it would be down here in the city. And that's plenty cold enough for there to be a spring shower in the city while it's snowing up in the mountains. Thank you for joining me on Consider the Following.
Hi, friends. You say you're living on Venus and you're having a little trouble breathing that atmosphere? You need to come down and see me at Therm's Sphere of Atmospheres. Is this the kind of planet you're putting up with, friends? Breathing those noxious sulfuric acids? You can't breathe that. You don't need that. Get rid of that whole planet. Come down and see me at Therm's. Take a look at this little beauty, friends. Only 3.5 billion years old. It's like new, and it's got a beautiful combination of oxygen and nitrogen that makes it just a pleasure to breathe. Now that is atmosphere, friends, and you're not going to...
The atmosphere keeps the Earth warm in kind of the same way this jacket keeps me warm. Now, when an atmosphere keeps a planet warm, we call it the greenhouse effect. It's the same thing that keeps this greenhouse warm. It works like this. A greenhouse is covered with layers of glass. Light from the sun, the light that we can see, what we call visible light, goes right through it. It hits the plants growing inside and is given off as heat. Now, the heat doesn't go right through the glass. No, it's reflected back inside. It's bounced back in. And that's what keeps a greenhouse warm. The same thing happens on the Earth. But instead of a layer of glass, there's a layer of air, the atmosphere. So light from the sun goes right through the atmosphere, it hits the Earth's surface, and is given off as heat. The atmosphere holds the heat in. Now, without the Earth's atmosphere, the Earth would be very, very cold at night and very hot during the day. The atmosphere keeps everything kind of even and nice here. It's the greenhouse effect. You can see it. Oh.
We have learned a great deal about the atmosphere we live in. The camera, speeding up the movement in the sky above, reveals restless forces.
Car exhaust.